All right, I take it back. There has been a party switch, but not the one that everybody talks about. It's actually been a switch between the Democrats and Republicans as to who are the biggest warmongers. But to be honest, I don't know that there has actually been a switch, just like the other switch is kind of fake. I think what we're just seeing is the Democrats finally being exposed as the authoritarian power mongers that they are. And the fact of the matter is, war is good for authoritarian power mongers, right? And we have this incredibly weird situation now that the Democrats are celebrating the endorsements of Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney, while MAGA is thoroughly rejecting them because, yeah, we figured them out. We are no longer, in the mindset of Halliburton. We are no longer trying to, enrich the elite class through war. We actually have a peace president, and yes, the no new wars thing is real. No new wars under Donald Trump. And now you have Kamala Harris openly celebrating the endorsement of two of the biggest warmongers that this country has ever had. And the reason I say that I think this has always been the case, the Democrats are just being exposed, is because, yes, the military-industrial complex thrives on actual war, and that's how these people make their money. It's how they accumulate power. And it's the difference between, I guess, the authoritarian warmongers and what Republicans still are, and what MAGA still is, basically defense hawks. We recognize the need for a powerful military because the world is a dangerous place and there are dangerous people out there, and national defense is an important aspect that we need to cover. But we also realize that the best military is a military that you don't use. This was the whole premise of Ronald Reagan's peace through strength and Star Wars. Military systems that never needed to fire a shot because they were defensive systems. So people knew not to try and take advantage of us. But today, yeah, I think we're just seeing the Democrats being exposed as the authoritarian power grabbers that they are. They're the ones that want to continue wars all around the world, in the Middle East, in Europe, in Asia, because it's where they make their money. And yes, Liz and Dick Cheney are just following the money. So when the president made his remarks the other day about what he thinks Liz Cheney should do, I just wish he had said them louder and more clearly. Not change his words, exactly what he said, just say them louder and more clearly, because this was just a conversation with Tucker, I think it was. And, well, fortunately, that's their plan. A lot of lefties, of course, completely miss the point. The thing is, yes, all these very comfortable bureaucrats, they sit in their comfy little offices in Washington or Arlington, behind their big desks with their giant staffs, with their $60,000 Chanel necklaces, sending our sons and daughters off to war. Well, yeah. These warmongers, if this is what they want, Liz, if this is what you want, if you want continued war in Europe, in the Middle East, no problem. Absolutely no problem. I am sure, just call up President Trump. He will slap a few stars on your shoulder boards and off you go. We'll even get you the luxury tent. This is how it used to be in Europe. If the king wanted to wage war, he actually led the troops. And in Rome, if the generals or the senators wanted to wage war, they raised an army and they went to fight the war with their troops. So, yeah, Liz, if you are so intent on having a war, be prepared to go fight it on the front lines. That's all we're asking. I'm right. So go ahead and subscribe so you'll see me in the next one.